Welcome everyone. Today is April the 30th, 2025, and I want to show you all of the seeds I got from the IBG Seed Swap. Now, I wanted to go outside because the sun is out and I've waited all year or all winter to be able to go outside, and it's so nice, but I have horrific winds here, which is nothing new, and it is so windy. It blew over my huge garbage can as if it was a feather, and the wind is just very, very loud, and it's just blowing everything. Patio furniture, all kinds of stuff. So I won't be able to go outside right now, so I'm going to do this in here. Now, I do have some seeds I put in here that are not from the seed swap, but I did get them on the same day, so I'll show them to you after. And yep, all of these are from the seed swap. I was shocked how many seeds I got in here. Now, I have helpers. Now, some of my seeds are, I think there's either 3 or 6 of them. I think it's 6 of them that were actually seeds that I won before this, and so, or after, I'm not sure. But anyways, so she added them here so it would just save on shipping, which is perfect. So I did get a couple extra seeds. You can both check the bag. They're just like little kids, you know. And so, and they like to, you know, fight over the window. Not really fight, but they just give dirty looks like they're doing now. And so, but Shifty knows he has to wait his turn. So he's going to be a very nice boy and he's going to wait his turn. So anyways, I cannot believe how many seeds I got. I was shocked. So in total, there's about 66 packs, I think. And so I got about 60, I would say, from the seed swap. Now, I'm going to show you what I got. And I also asked if she could mark on the package who donated those seeds, so that way I can give credit to them, because one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time is to have an international YouTube garden. So I want to make myself an international YouTube garden, and I've gotten a lot of seeds over this past year from channels that have gifted me seeds, and a lot of different channels. And so I wanted to have like little individual gardens that are just for the seeds I got from that particular person. And I thought that'd be pretty fun. And I don't know, I just think it'd be cool. And so I can always go and I can check on those seeds that are from, you know, this channel. And one of the reasons I really wanted to do that is so that I can save seeds, as long as they're not going to cross-pollinate with other seeds. So I can have, you know, like small gardens in different areas of my yard so that there's no cross-pollination, and then I can save those seeds and I can share them out with other people. So that way, you know, some seeds that I may have got from this person, then I can then save those seeds and I can share them with other people. And that's one of the things I enjoy the most, is all of the sharing that's been done since I started this, started posting on YouTube, is the amount of sharing of seeds. And seeds are food, but they're also nice. Like, flowers are beautiful. And so I get excited. I think it's just one of the most fun things that I have had in the past year that I've been on here is the seed swaps. So I'm going to take the seeds out of here, and I'm going to show you with my helper here. Okay, you can have the bag, son, for now. You want to check out the bag? Oh no, you want to check out the seeds. No catnip. Oh no, I think I might have one catnip. I'm not sure. But anyways, so I'm going to start here with these ones. So, yeah, so I planned on being out today, and you know, it's only the second day that I've had sun and I can go outside. So I have on my junky clothes for my gardening, but it's too windy and I can't do anything right now. So if you happen to notice the holes and the stuff, that's my garden clothes. So this is calendula from Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. And look how many. Now, she actually donated a huge bag, and this is just a portion. So they were actually divided up. You want to see some? Okay, here you go. Want to see some? Here. Come smell. Come on, closer. There you go. Okay, he's not interested. It's not food. And then this one here is from Tina and Life in the Piedmont, and I've never had squash before. I don't know what it tastes like, but a lot of people love it. And I know there's a lot of different ways that you can cook it and preserve it. So I'm actually excited to try this because I just want to know what it tastes like. And if it's gross and disgusting like many people think it is, that's okay, because I can try all different ways of cooking it or preserving it, and then maybe one of those ways I'll actually like it. But if not, here's a tip. So all my little kids here, they're just all rescues that I took in, mostly all as babies, and they were raised mostly on natural healthy food. Like my dog, I only gave her dry dog food just so she'd have dry dog food, but she mostly ate healthy natural food. And so these kids all thought they were a dog too, and so they love healthy natural food. And so when I make like potatoes, so if I'm gonna make some potatoes and mash them up, which they like, what I do is I try to mix some things in there. Like if I have carrots that I canned up, then I'll mash the carrots in with the potatoes and mix it up, and a little extra nutrients and flavor. So if I don't like the squash, I can always cook it up, and then I can mash it with mashed potatoes, and just give them extra nutrients and flavor. So there's really no waste. And I'm also determined to get chickens this year. I just have to get the structures up, and it's expensive to buy the material, but you know what? I can give it to chickens. So there's no waste. And then I have white Lisbon bunching onions, which I use on a regular basis. So that was just another awesome seed. And then here we have some carrot, Danvers half long carrot. Now, actually a lot of these don't have names on it on where they came from. So if you are in the seed swap and you recognize something that you sent, please let me know so that I can add your name to the package, and then I know where it came from. And I can make sure that when I make my YouTube gardens that your seeds get put in there. Now, this is my favorite packaging. So this is from Glenda at Grace and Fire, and these are sunflower seeds. Now, I don't know what kind, but it doesn't really matter because sunflowers are sunflowers. I mean, they're just awesome. They are amazing for pollinators. So I experimented with sunflowers last year for the first time ever, and I have never seen so many bees in my life, and there was a variety of bees. They were on them all day and night. I would get up super early in the morning. There'd be a little bit of, I'm not going to say frost, but kind of like frost-ish, you know? It's kind of, yeah. Anyways, I go out and the bees all look like they're dead, but they're just sleeping. They just love these sunflowers. They couldn't get enough of them. So they're amazing for pollinators. And we have jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Oh, look how cool this packaging is. Those are awesome. And let's see. I have cucamelons. I have never, ever tried cucamelons. And I actually don't have them at all. Shockingly, there are some seeds I don't have, and I think cucamelons are ones that I just never had before. And then I have okra, which I've only had one time, and I was eating some vegetable, like this gumbo soup. It was really good, and I was like, what is this thing on this spoon? And someone told me, they're like, oh, that's gumbo. Well, it was delicious. Or not gumbo, it was okra. So that is another thing that I've never grown before. Goji berries from Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. And berries and tree seeds were like top of my list. And then I have, turnips. So turnips is another thing that I've never had. And that's just something that if I don't like it, then what I can do is mix it in with some mashed potatoes or something else, and I'll find a way to use them. And then we have papaya, which was one of the things on the top of my list. Now, I know people will think, well, that's ridiculous. How are you going to be able to grow these like tropical stuff in Canada? Well, greenhouses. So my plan is to do the best I can in the summer, and then with what I'm able to do, if I can plant stuff in pots and then move it in the greenhouse to overwinter. That way they're getting direct sun and wind and all that stuff. But you know, even if it's best. I think I may actually just keep some things in my greenhouse year round. And I plan on getting a geothermal greenhouse once I move. That's top of my list. So if you happen to see some seeds in here, like, that's like crazy. No. There actually is a guy in Saskatchewan, I think it is, that has a basic greenhouse. It's not like a big commercial one or anything. And he grows banana trees very successfully and harvests bananas. So I'm very motivated and determined. And this one is Big Boston Bib lettuce. Okay, well, oh my gosh, well, okay. You know, when they want to help, I try to be nice and like, okay, not a problem, but I'm just in their spot because they like the sun. And then this one is heirloom sugar pot or sugar pumpkin from Tina from Life in the Piedmont. And Nina rooted in Texas, crimson sweet watermelons. Watermelons are one of my favorite things, and I am determined to grow them in my greenhouse this year to make sure that they do well, because I want as many as I can. We have red bayberry. This is one of the things I didn't think she'd find. And there is actually another package here somewhere. I'll get to it, but oh, here it is. So there's actually 2 bayberries. So I don't know if you can see the small seeds. These ones here are huge. So that's something that was really important to me, because when I was younger, I used to go to work with my aunt sometimes, like on the weekend when I was younger, and just help her stocking shelves. She worked in Detroit on Gratiot and Russell. That place, I mean, it's been bought and sold many times after, and she's not alive anymore, but it used to be a really nice place with candles and spiritual stuff. And I used to stock the candles. I enjoyed that. And the bayberry candle, the fragrance was so good that I've never found anything that smelled better. I just loved that bayberry candle. And so I've been wanting like the bayberry tree so I can get that fragrance. So that one is important for me to get going. And then we have some Giants of California zinnias. And then lettuce leaf basil. And again, if you recognize any of these packagings or the seeds, let me know if that was you. Asylum, this is carpet of snow. And I believe I looked that up a long time ago, that kind of seed, because I heard some really good stuff, and I'm gonna have to look it up again, but it has some really good properties. I think was it a bug repellent, or I'm not sure, but there was something really good about that seed, I remember. And this one here is Gloriosa Daisy Rudbeckia. And oh, Sugar Baby. I'm guessing that's a watermelon. Loofah from Butler Family Farm. And I'm guessing the other ones in this packaging might also be from them, unless they donated a bunch and it was repackaged, because I have one here too. This one is Sweet William Double Flowered Mixed Color. Don't know what Sweet William is, but I have to look up a lot of these. Oh, here's another thing that was on my list. So the papaya, I didn't even know there was a variety of papaya. So this one is strawberry papaya. It is, I'm not sure, but something strawberry. No, is that straw? I can't tell. Oh yeah, it is strawberry papaya. And if you didn't know, papaya is really good for you, but the seeds are amazing. And they're also, they are good for deworming. So especially if you have pets, those seeds are excellent. And we have indigo apple tomato. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's pretty crazy out there. Strawberry tomatillo. Now, I've only heard of the purple and the green tomatillo, because I have the purple and I have the green, but I've never heard of a strawberry tomatillo. So I'm excited for that one. my favorite seeds are ones that are rare, that I don't have or never heard of. And this is from Blackberry Rock Homestead, and it is purple top turnip. Oh yeah, this one here, moringa. I love this stuff. I've never tried it before, but I love the medicinal properties for it. And I've learned that, okay, it grows into a very, very, very tall tree, but you can actually trim it and cut it down and it'll keep growing apparently. So you can fairly easily overwinter it because you can cut it and it'll just keep growing back. So when winter comes, well, I've never tried it, but from what I've watched other people do, it looks like they can cut the tree and then be able to easily bring it into a greenhouse or a garage and try and overwinter it. So that is going to be a nice little experiment. And then pawpaw, this actually apparently grows normal around here, and I'd never even heard of this up until last year. And this here, it's kind of like a fruit tree, and apparently it tastes something like, I think between like maybe like a pineapple or mango or banana, something like that. So that is something I was really hoping to be able to plant this year, but I kept forgetting to order it. And pomegranate, I did not think I was going to get a pomegranate seed, so that's just made my day. Oh, so there is something that was number 1 on my list, the most important things, bananas. I've never in my life had a real banana. I've only had bananas from the grocery store. Those are not real bananas. They're from cloned trees, and they don't even have seeds. And I want to know what a real banana tastes like and have seeds that I can save and grow my own trees. And she finally found me bananas. So I was shocked because I didn't think I was going to be able to get banana seeds, and I did. So this one is the Burmese Blue Banana. And here's another thing, there's a lot of varieties of bananas. Now there's only a couple, so I'm hoping they germinate because I've been wanting these really bad because I can actually grow them. So it says on some of the seeds that for bananas, because I actually looked it up online, there's a variety of banana that I think it says it'll grow in like grow zone 5, and well, I'm only grow zone 4, and with my greenhouse that probably knocks it up to grow zone 7 or 6 or 7. So I'm very hopeful on my bananas. And now I know there's, well, yellow, but there's blue and there's pink. And so this one here is the velvet, and I believe this is the pink one. Like I said, there's actually quite a bit of different varieties of bananas. So I'm just happy as can be. I finally got the banana seeds to try them. And you know how long it's going to take for the banana tree? Apparently not too long to start growing. I don't know how long it'll take to produce, but you know, if I start it now, by the time it's big enough that that it can go outside, then I'll probably have my geothermal greenhouse anyways. So I just figure start it now, and then I can overwinter it in the house, and then when it gets too big, I'll have my greenhouse by then anyways. And this here is a huge bag of cilantro. There is a lot in here. And basil bouquet mix, and it says robin, and I can't read the bottom part. At first I thought it said mountain, but it doesn't say mountain. Let's see. And then we have Italian large leaf basil, and this one is Italian oregano. And I needed oregano seeds. You know, sometimes you just assume that you have all these seeds because you have so many. I actually don't have oregano. Of all things, I don't have oregano seeds. Pink 4 o'clocks, and these are from Gail at Gail Southern Living. But I believe these are actually Jan o'clocks, because I did win some Jan o'clocks one time, and they were actually from Gail. But so the seeds were from Gail, but they actually came from the 4 o'clocks from Jan Simply Jan Homestead. They were from her flowers. So I think these are Jana clocks, but they might be Gala clocks. I'm not sure. And, oh no, there's some seeds falling out somewhere. Oh, I think, trying to see which package. I have some seeds falling out and I want to identify them. That's okay. I'll just have a little mystery section of the few seeds that may have fallen out because they're really tiny. It must be a herb. And then we have Mammy Brown. I'm assuming it's a tomato. Okay. Oh, now you can see my pile over here. Okay. Rutgers. I was told that's a tomato, so I'm assuming it's a tomato. Oh, here's another thing on my list that I've tried so hard to find and I could never find it. I have had a hard time finding citrus seeds here. Now, there's some websites where you can get a lemon tree, lime tree, but they start at like $80 for a tiny little thing. And plus shipping and taxes, I'm not paying that, and I can't pay it if I wanted to because that's so expensive. So I had lemon seeds as one of my like top things, and I got lemon seeds. Yes, lemon, I definitely want to be able to grow my own lemons, and I can do it in my greenhouse. So 1,000 head kale. Again, if you know who these are from, please let me know. Organically grown sage. Big rainbow tomato, heirloom. And we have mullein from Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Look how tiny these are. Now, some people will just sprinkle it on the soil, but I just found that I actually have the highest germination rates and they grow so much faster with the paper towel method, and I do mine a little different than some people. But it's just amazing how it works. And so even though I don't want chemicals in my paper towel in my soil, you know, sometimes it's better than not getting a crop of something to grow. So I actually would sprinkle it on my wet paper towel and then put them in the Ziploc bag. And then when they sprout, I actually peel the back layer off. So it's just a single layer of paper towels, because often paper towels actually have 2 or 3 layers and you just think it's one piece, but you can peel it off when it's wet. And then I'll lay that on the soil, and then I'll sprinkle some soil on top. And as they start to really grow, then I can pull them apart and replant them. And that's the best way I found for growing tiny things. And this one, I think it's called mash. I looked it up a long time ago because I heard of it last year. It's the first time. And I think it's a lettuce. But it likes cold weather, I believe. Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. And, ooh, these are so good. So, Cascadia Dwarf Snap Peas. I've never even seen or heard of this before. This is a lemon cucumber. I don't know, can you see that? It looks almost like a yellow kiwi, and it has black spots all over it. And these are the things that I really love the most, are weird things that I've never heard of. So a lemon cucumber, that's going to be interesting. Hyssop from Anne Philbeck. So this, you know, and herbs and perennials, I mean, those are just some of the best things to get because you grow them once and they keep growing back and you have like food forever. And this here is Valeriana officialis perennial. I'm guessing it's a flower, and I'm not sure. And it says, made possible by supporters of freeheirloomseeds.org. And I think I got 2 different packages from that place. Lemon basil. And, oh, toothache plant. Love medicinals. I've been trying to get a good collection of them, so once I move and put in permanent gardens, I can have a lot of herbs that will grow every year. This is Chinese giant sweet pepper from Jan at Simply Jan Homestead. This is a something paprika pepper from PS146. Now, I tried growing that last year, but I didn't get stuff to really I didn't get to harvest anything last year because it was just a disaster and things got planted too late because the soil didn't come in, and so I was very disappointed, but that I'm looking forward to growing again, because I'm making it a priority to try and grow as much herbs and spices as possible, especially since as soon as I can get this house up for sale and sold, top thing on my list is freeze dryer, and I can freeze dry all my own herbs and spices. So that was an excellent seed. And this is from Gail's Southern Living, and it is yellow monster pepper. Now, I've heard some people plant growing these and absolutely love them, and it's become their new favorite. We have crimson clover. And I do plan on getting chickens. It's just a matter of being able to get the material to build the coop and the run and all that kind of stuff. Here, you cannot just put up something. It has to be built like Fort Knox, because you'll have weasels and foxes and bears and all kinds of stuff that will, raccoons and skunks, they will get in there. So I have to have a coop and a run that's fully secure before I can get chickens. But I know chickens love crimson clover, I think, so that would be good. Pukajuri carrot. I think I seen that one time. Somebody was showing seed packs that they were growing. I may be wrong, but it might either be the little round balls or the giant long ones that are so ridiculously long. Where would you plant them? So those are, I know there's 2 carrot seeds I don't have, and it's the little round ones or the super long ones that look like they're 4 feet long. This is organic cilantro. Look how much there's in there. There's so many. And we have organic dill. And, oh, Iran squash. And this is also from, it says Robin. And I don't know what the bottom part says. But I saw somebody with a seed pack of Iran squash, and I wanted it because I was like, oh, I've never heard of that. And it looked almost like a small round pumpkin with like kind of like orange and with like green stripes and stuff. I think that's the one. So that made my day, because I was not expecting that, and it wasn't on my list. I don't think, I'm not sure. Blue Lake half runner beans, and then we have mugwort, honeydew melon. I love the smell of melon, it's so good. October bean, never heard of it, so again, one of my favorites because it's something new that I'm learning. And then we have a new Carota carrot. This is the kind of carrot that Deep South Homestead plants. I think it's their favorite to plant is the Carota carrots. So that should be good. Lemon drop watermelon. Watermelon, again, is one of my favorite things. And I haven't had a watermelon in so many years, because all the watermelons in the store are seedless watermelon. And then one time I seen them and they finally had watermelons that had seeds in them, but they were like spongy watermelons, which is really odd. And like, this watermelon should not be squishy, and they were all squishy. It was weird. So it's one of my favorite things to eat, and I have not had watermelon in years, so I'm not going to grow as many as I can this year. This here I've never been able to find, and that is wild lettuce. And if you know how to make it properly or how to process it, it can be one of the most amazing pain relievers, and it's all natural. And, you know, I have permanent spine damage from workplace injuries, so that is something that's worth a try, but you have to make sure that you do it properly. So far, the best I have found for learning about that and how to properly make it was Spirit of the Outdoors. He has a video, very, very good video, showing how he takes his wild lettuce and turns it into a tar for a pain reliever, and gives so much information. So if you want to learn more about wild lettuce, check out Justin, who has the channel Spirit of the Outdoors. And then we have garlic chives and some kind of red pepper, and this is also from PS 146. And now this here is something that I was not expecting either. So this is a bay leaf so otherwise known as like a bay laurel, rare tropical plant seed. I want to have my own bay leaves, so I'm trying to grow as much as I can to cut down what's at the store. So everything that I can grow that I don't have to buy at the store, it's not even just about money, because yeah, that's a factor, but I want things that I know are grown healthy. There's no chemicals, there's no sprays, there's no synthetic fertilizers, just all natural. And I know that as soon as I harvest it, I process it. So as soon as I get a freeze dryer, then that's when, it's really going to be a benefit, because I can pick my leaves, give them a good wash or rinse, and then put them immediately in the freeze dryer within 1 hour. So you're retaining all the freshness and the flavors and the nutrients. And, that's just one of the things I look forward to the most is, being able to get these things growing and then being able to process them in the best way possible so I can have food security and very healthy, high quality food. So this one says store in the refrigerator. Well, it's kind of hard to do that when it's been stuck in the mail for weeks. So there was an issue where it was on its way and it looked like it was gonna almost be here, and then the post office sent it back to where it came from, and then it had to be resent, and it takes just forever. So there's quite a bit of time. This was in the mail, not in the fridge, so I can see a little bit of mold growing. Not a problem, because I've had this happen before when using the paper towel method of seeds. And all I do is just put it in a little shot glass with water and some peroxide and let it soak a bit, and then I just wipe it off and all is well. And I believe it's just a shell anyway, so the actual seed I believe is inside of here. So these I'm going to deal with today. That's top of my list. But I mean, look at all these seeds. And I'll show you the other ones I got too in a second. But I mean, this is just unbelievable. So I was only expecting like 5, maybe 10 seeds. But this is just made my day. And again, one of my favorite things are seeds. So I am just so beyond excited. And I can't thank Adrian enough for doing this. It just makes my day. And honestly, it's not just for me, because as I grow these things and I grow them in a way that they're not cross-pollinating, I can then collect the seeds and I can share them with everyone. So even something that may have maybe only like 3 or 5 seeds, well, all it takes is one plant to grow and produce seed, and then I can get a whole bunch. So I cannot wait till I'm able to start saving seeds from these, and then I can pass it on to everyone else, because that's just the most exciting part. So if you have not already, head on over to Indiana Backyard Gardener and check out her channel and her videos. And if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe. And also, any videos that you watch, hit the like button and leave a comment. And if you are interested in the seed swap, then keep an eye out and make sure you're subscribed to her channel. And keep an eye out. She does them once every year. So, wow, you know what? It's not that far away to the next one. So, I think she's going to be starting a bit earlier this year, because shipping can take so long. And so, yeah, probably towards the fall, start keeping an eye out for any updates, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so towards the fall, maybe just start keeping a closer eye out for any updates on the next seed swap. So maybe around like October, November, December, somewhere around there, she might start posting some information so people can start getting seeds sent in. So if you're interested in that, watch for her video. She'll give you all the information and the instructions, and it is so amazing, and it's just so exciting, and I highly recommend it. It's so awesome. And then, so this actually came in on the same day, and I was not expecting this. So I had things on my list. I sent my list of 5 things I wanted, and I thought, yeah, these are probably a little difficult. So I put on there a list of 10, going from the top most important down. So if she can't find the ones I want the most, then maybe it's easier to find something else on the list. And then, so anyway, so there's some things that, I was really hoping to still find seeds for, and I never could, and I don't expect to find them. But anyways, I have a friend that's in Michigan and goes down to Arizona for the winters, has a home down there, And I checked with her. I'm like, she got any fruit trees? And she actually did have some fruit tree, like some citrus trees, but it's just a small bit of land. But her neighbors have fruit trees all around her. So so I told him, well, let's make sure, I'm like, try and find me a Meyer lemon, or any lemon at this point, I don't care. And if you have oranges or lemons or anything, save me the seeds. And now she said, yeah, sure, I'll save you the seeds. And so she said she sent me some. I thought it'd just be a couple, like in a card or something. Well, one of the things that I did have on my IBG list, I know there was I wanted a Mexicola Grande avocado pit, because I cannot find that tree here. And if you don't know, a Mexicola Grande avocado tree is cold hardy, and it will grow in cold climates. And so I want a Mexicola Grande avocado tree. And well, I want a whole bunch, but if I can just get one pit, then I can grow it myself. But it's kind of hard to put that in the mail, going from one country to another. And so I didn't expect that, because that's pushing it. And I also wanted to grow mango trees, but you'd have to have a big mango pit. And so I didn't expect those things. But anyway, so I got these in the mail, and oh my gosh, and I never said anything about this. And I opened this one up to see what it is. And this is just one of those God moments. Like, how did you know? This here is a mango pit from Mexico. So I actually did end up getting the mango pit. And so I'm going to cut this open when I'm ready to start my seed and get the seed out of here. I've never even seen a mango seed or a mango inside of a pit. So I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to have to look it up online to make sure I don't screw it up. But I did get a mango pit. And so that, and it came just after my birthday. So it was just really nice. And don't forget, these are all from like right off the trees. So this one here is an orange. These are orange seeds. And so they're very super sweet. So that's good to know. And yeah, I know you could probably go to a store, buy fruit there, and it has seeds in it, but you don't know like what kind of cross-pollination you're getting, and you don't really even know. It could still be GMO. It could be, you really don't know what you're getting. And when you buy stuff at the store, like I said, you plant the seeds. Often what happens is people plant seed and you'll get a plant to grow, but it never produces any fruit. So that's where, your GMO comes in, and you don't know where it came from, all that stuff. So it's nice if you can get stuff where they actually know what it is. This is a navel orange from the neighbor's tree. So there's some navel orange seeds there. These I'm all starting to, I'm going to start all these citrus trees today. Oh no, it fell. Okay, so this got stuck on here. Not a problem. So some of them fell out on the table. You can see them. Push them over here. Okay, so those are included in here. Oh my gosh, it's still stuck. Okay. Oh my goodness, so that's not good. Okay, so this one is a lemon. These are lemon seeds. And she said these were huge this year. So these are huge lemons. And then, okay. Oh, okay, so this here is pink grapefruit. Now, the seeds that fell out, they are bright yellow, so they must have come out of the lemon. So I'm just going to put them in here before I forget, because the grapefruit are white seeds and these are very yellow, bright yellow. So this one here there's some seeds in here from pink grapefruit. Now there is a seed here that fell out, but I'm not sure which one it fell out of. So I'm going to have to plant that as a mystery seed. And then this one here, I think this is my favorite. This one really made my day. She found me Meyer lemons from another neighbor's tree. So, oh yeah. it's like better than Christmas. So how excited people get at Christmas, it is more than that for me, because, you know, it's just things that I can't get and I want so badly, and now I can at least grow up myself. Yeah, I know, okay, it's going to take a few years before my citrus trees produce anything, but that's okay, because when I look back and think about it, when I moved into this house, you know, my thoughts with seed starting, like, oh my gosh, if I plant like a seed for a fruit tree, probably gonna be 5 years before I get any fruit off of it. Well, guess what? I've been here now 5 years. This is like my 5th year being here. So, you know, when I look back, if I was able to have gotten things 5 years ago, I could be getting fruit by now. So when you start thinking about, oh, it's going to take too long, well, that's okay, because it's better than nothing, because 5 years from now, I would rather have trees producing fruit than have nothing. So I don't care if it takes 5 years. Now, some things it says only takes 2 years, which is nice. So, I mean, it's worth a try. What's the worst thing that can happen? You get nothing. Well, if you don't plant anything, you're going to get nothing too. So I am excited. I can't wait. And I'm going to get all my citrus ones started now, and my bananas and all those things. Get them all started. It's my favorite time of year, is getting my seeds started. Like, I could do this all day. It's so exciting. So I'm going to get as many started, and then my next, because now I can now go outside. Snow is melted. Sun's coming out. It's still cold. It's like 50. It's actually went up to the 50s this week. And then yesterday I actually hit 60. So, you know, we're around 50 and 60. Yeah, it's still cold, but right out this window, I have direct sun for 3/4 of the day, unless the clouds come out, which they're out right now and blocking a lot of sun, but I have direct sun right there. So yesterday, was it? Not yesterday, the day before, when it was only 40, it was like 41 or 45 or something. It felt like it was 75. I laid out, and I brought my chair out, my swinging hammock chair from Costco. It's a one-day sale. My favorite thing. And I laid out in the sun in my t-shirt, and I laid out there for hours. I mean, I would get up and do some garden work here and there, lay back in my chair, lay in the direct sun, get as much sun as I possibly could. And I did that for the whole entire day. I'm like, I'm just spending the day in the sun. I've waited 7 months to be able to get out here and get some sun, and I just took the whole day. Got a nice huge tan, and it was just beautiful. So I'm just over excited with being able to get outside. So I am going to start these seeds, and then I'm going to take you along with me, and because I do think that it's important to open these seeds up, because this is a shell, not a seed. So I want to take the shell out, get to the seed, plant the seeds, because it'll sprout so much faster. And then my next step is actually getting a whole bunch of soil for my seeds. Now, yeah, I mean, you can just go and dig soil out of the ground, but I really want to give my seeds the best start as possible. So when I head into town, I'm going to have to grab some good, like, soil that I know is going to be good for my seeds. And then by the time I'm able to do that, then these will probably all be sprouted and ready to be planted into seed cells and put in the greenhouse. And I actually have a small greenhouse that I can put inside my greenhouse, because my greenhouse is not finished. It's too expensive to finish it. But I do have plastic all around the parts that don't have the tough tacks. So I think that putting my small greenhouse in my big greenhouse, I have 2 small ones, then I think that's going to be pretty good. Even though it's still technically cold, inside my greenhouse, it's a lot warmer. And then to have a greenhouse in the greenhouse under the tough tacks where it's really hot, I think it's going to be good enough to have my seeds out there, because here you cannot plant outside until like middle or end of June. And so, you know, I can't have seeds in my house. Like, it's just, they're not going to get the right sun, and I just don't have space for that. And I have pets, and they like to help. And unfortunately, when they help, they like make a mess, and then I have to clean it, and then they make a mess again, and I have to clean it, and it's a never-ending thing. So I'm going to get started on my seeds next, and then I will make a video showing you when they sprout and what they look like, and how many sprouted, so we can see like how well they germinated. And then for the rest of the summer, I'm just going to take you along with me and just keep showing you all the different stages of everything I planted, so you have an idea. And then if you want to try and grow citrus fruits from scratch or a banana tree, then at least you can look back and say, oh, okay, well, she started her seed on this day and did it this way. And then, you know, 5 months later, it looks like this. So then you can get an idea of, you know, if you want to do it, how long it's going to take for it to go from the seed to this size. And then, you know, hopefully a couple years from now, I'll be able to show you, oh, look at my beautiful bananas, and they're so delicious. And this blue banana tastes like vanilla ice cream. It really does. And that's what I heard. And so, yeah, so it's just, for me, you know, this is more of something to look back on, so I can see, oh yeah, that's where I got this seed from, or oh, that's when I planted it this time and it took this long to grow, and I can see where I went wrong or went right. So for me, all these videos is more or less just for me to look back on, but hopefully I can give some good information to other people, or you've learned something. Maybe you've seen seeds that you didn't know existed or never heard of. Oh, that wind is so strong. So anyways, I'm going to work on my next video, which is my seed starting, and I will see you on the next video. So again, I'm going to put a tag in the description of this video, so you can go to Adrian's channel. And that wind is so strong, it's making little siren noises. The other day it was so strong it actually broke my birch tree in half in the woods. Yeah, that's not a good, I wish you could hear it, but it almost sounds like, I don't know if you remember these from way back in the day, but those really long plastic tubes that people used to swing around, and you could like blow in them and it makes this really loud, like siren-y sound. That's what it sounds like outside. So, not good. I don't know if you could. Yeah, you can't really see the trees out there. Anyways, I'm going to take a short and I'm going to post it up later of the wind. Hopefully, you know, by the time I get out there with my phone, the wind will stop. But I'm hoping I'll be able to catch the wind, because it is so crazy. I mean, you'd think like a hurricane is coming, but that's what happens when you live near the ocean. You do get all those winds. So anyways, I'm going to start my seeds and I'll see you on the next video.